I guess good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Thank you, One to One, for organizing this conference, and I'll try to give you the Nanotech story in, I guess, 8 minutes or less, and certainly around 10 full minutes, okay? And then, but I'm certainly around for the next couple of days to go into it in more detail. So Nanotech's listed, we're a Canadian company. I'm in from Vancouver for the conference. We're listed on the Toronto Venture Exchange as well as in the US market. We have about 70 million shares outstanding at a market cap of just about $34 million Canadian pricing. We have no debt. We have about $10 million cash on the balance sheet, no warrants outstanding, and we've been generating positive adjusted EBITDA now for about 7 quarters. So we have started to turn the corner as a sort of called startup company. We're commercializing our product, and we have a pretty reasonably priced company at this stage, given the assets that we have on our balance sheet, coupled with the technology and opportunities we're looking at. So in essence, before I talk about our market opportunities, what Nanotech is doing and what our technology is all about is we're taking we're using an electron beam gun to take very small indentations and holes, and in a postage stamp size image, we're putting approximately 5 to 7 billion holes and indentations. And what we're doing by making these indentations, they're much smaller than a wave of light. So by putting a different pattern in place, we're able to reflect light off of it to create an image, and an image that can turn on or turn off, can be a 3D image, can create movement, and effectively we're creating features and effects that are much better and more vibrant than a traditional 30-year-old holography technology that's out there today. And so we're using that capability to target a number of different markets. It's got vast market opportunity. The primary market that we started with is the currency market, the banknote space, and targeting putting this in as a security feature on banknotes around the world. In addition to that, there's other markets like the brand protection space, brand enhancing space, and that runs from things like tax stamps to passports and security labels and the likes. We do have some central bank validation. We received a $30 million development contract from one of the largest governments in the world to design our security feature into their banknote. That we've been working on for a couple of years now, and it's progressing extremely well. That's what's given us the ability to generate the revenue and have the positive EBITDA that's kind of created the strength on our financial statements. The technology is obviously fairly high IP rich. We've got a lot of patents surrounding that. In the banknote space and in brand protection space, we really are the only ones that are using nanotechnology to create a visual image that creates that effect. Obviously, I draw everyone's attention to the disclaimer. You've probably read many of these today, so I won't go through that. So strategically for us, we see this as an opportunity where if you look back in time when black and white print came into being, it really started to change the packaging world. And from that, color print came in about 150, 200 years ago, and that really started to set the standard for branding and packaging around the world. We're now seeing this as an opportunity to change that once again, to create movement and depth and visual effects on packaging for the purpose of both enhancing the brand, but equally important to counterfeit and stop the counterfeiting that's going out there, counteract, I should say, the counterfeiting that's going on around the world. And so when you look at the different brands on this chart here, you can see things like Coca-Cola on the left-hand side, where it's a very powerful brand, but very easy to copy. It's something done with ink. It's a simple image. On the bottom spectrum, you can see security features like HP's using on their printer cartridges, which is a very secure technology, but it's not really attractive. It's not enhancing their brand in any way. And so we're trying to create a space in the upper right where we're taking vivid images, unique capabilities, and that's impossible to copy. And so we're able to create a much more vibrant security feature that will help the companies enhance their brand. So in the banknote space, there's a number of big players in that space, and we've got relationships with each of these. Some of these guys are our customers, and some of them are, we have competing products with. Companies like G&D and Crane and CCL are companies that have been producing banknotes for some of them over 100 years, and they're also producing brand protection products. And so when we look at our entry point into the marketplace, we're targeting the central banks to get into the banknote space, but we're also targeting these 5 or 6 partners here to work with to get our security feature into their products so they can sell it through to their channels. I have a specific slide on the $30 million development contract. It is a very material part of our business. It represents a significant part of our revenue. The contract was announced in March of 2017. It represents obviously $30 million, and the idea of it was to design a unique security feature to go onto this bank currency. I can't say which bank it is. It's under NDA, but we have disclosed that it's one of the top 10 countries in the world, and it's a extremely high-profile banknote. And once that's designed into that banknote, the benefit of both the banknote as well as the brand protection space is it's high volume recurring revenue. And so for every billion banknotes, we see an average of $15 to $20 million of recurring revenue, and you would get that revenue somewhere between 7 and 8 years, because once it's designed into the banknote, they continue to produce it over a 7 to 8 year period. It's a very high margin business. We've had gross margins of approximately 80% on the business, so financially it's a healthy model. It takes a lot of work to get designed in, but once you're designed in, you get a long-term, high-margin recurring business. So this is a picture of one of the commercialization examples. We put that image that's on the slide here, Super Victor. It has some movement. It's not visible in this effect here, but this was used for the UFEO World Cup soccer tickets 2 summers ago. We did about 15 million tickets for the UFEO World Cup, and was a great example of showing brand protection. We've got some other effects here with our color optic image that we're using for a banknote feature. Again, this is specifically targeted at the banknote market. And then on the commercial side of things, we're showing images, and I have examples of these with me if you want to see them afterwards. But we're creating, again, a high vibrant image that can be seen from different angles, highlighting somebody's brand. And again, so with each of these images, the real effect of it, there's no inks or dyes. There's nothing but small indentations that are reflecting light off of whatever substrate that we're putting it on. And then just finally, the focus for us this year, it is, I'm new into the role. I've been the CEO now for about 4 months, and when I took on the role, the clear focus for me was to grow revenues. We've got a great technology, and we're at a stage where it is ready for market and commercialized. And so within the first 90 days, I wanted to come out with a product, something that we could sell, build out the supply chain. We achieved that at the end of March. And then we've added the sales force to that, and so we're now starting to build out our pipeline in the brand protection space to start to generate revenue growth. So we're doing more than just a development contract. Just a couple slides on showing our existence. The business really started in 2014. We've grown that revenue base now to just under $8 or $9 million, and we've been EBITDA positive in the last 7 quarters. And that's it. Thank you very much.